of the International Business College Mitrovica. We are honored by your presence at the ceremony of the International Business College Mitrovica's new building. We have just heard National Anthem of European Students, Kao te amo Sigitur, performed by the choir of students from the Faculty of Arts, University in Mitrovica, led by conductor Professor Jasmina Novokmet. It is my great honor to announce Mr. Erik Dirksent, Chairman of Spark Board Amsterdam, to share his opinion regarding the opening of our new building.
Thank you very much. We have all seen here these slides about the building of this beautiful building. It was now 17 months ago that I was visiting here in Mitrovica, and I just saw this picture in real. And in 17 months' time we see this beautiful place. So this is a tribute to everybody who built it here, the builders here in Mitrovica. And besides being chair of Spark, I'm a lecturer at Amsterdam Business School of University of Amsterdam. So you can imagine that I feel very much at home in these surroundings. Besides me is the motto of Spark. Spark ignites ambition. And I think this is a reflection of an ignited ambition. First of all, we try to ignite ambition of students, local students, but also we have our own ambitions. Spark, starting with summer courses and winter courses in the region about 20 years ago. This year our organization exists for 20 years. We set up business incubators, and now we are here at our most visible project, this building of International Business College Mitrovica. Spark is the ambition of 20 years ago of two young students of University of Amsterdam who wanted to spread the word that business and that kind of thing is a way to move forward in the world. And as I told you, by setting up winter universities, summer universities. I was part here at the three summer universities in 2006, 2008 as a lecturer. We put that ambition into deeds. The international aspect of the International Business School is the thing I want to emphasize in this very short introduction of me. This International Business College is a window on the world outside. With a worldwide emphasis on economic development and growth, a business college like this is indispensable in transmitting ideas of best practice, ideas of entrepreneurship, and ideas of business skills. And as such, it provides an excellent opportunity for students from all over this region to broaden their skills and widen their outlook. For a long time, this college will remain a non-profit organization. And for this we need all the help from outside sources, especially in providing stipendia and scholarships for students who cannot finance their studies themselves. But this college is just more than just a business school. I think this building signifies an important step forward in the development of this region. We as Spark, we intend this college to be in the forefront of this economic development. So we need all your help in fulfilling this dream, this ignited ambition of letting this college and this region, the region in which it is situated, to take its place in a prosperous part of Europe. That was my introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Dirksent. I now call Ms. Mary Melvink, Counselor, Head of Development Cooperation, Embassy of Sweden in Kosovo, to give a brief address.
Dear guests, dear representatives of SPARC, of management of IBCM, teachers, students, it's an honor to stand here today at this day when we're going to officially open the new building. But I think I'm also standing here representing the donors that have also given support for this project. So that is, except Sweden, also Denmark, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and the Dutch government. The organization SPARC has, together with the management of IBCM, the teachers and students, succeeded in just a few years to start a school and to turn it into an education center with a quality of teaching that rewarded the school international accreditation. This is in many ways a very admirable achievement. IBCM and its vision to support inclusive economic and social development of the Mitrovica region equally for all its communities will hopefully contribute to the possibility for young people to stay and build their future here, and at the same time they will then contribute to the development of the society. The teaching language at IBCM is English, and that is because IBCM is about building bridges. Bridges among people of all ethnicities, bridges between innovative young people and local businesses, bridges to countries in the region, and bridges to the EU. And thus, all teaching methods and curriculum are within European standards. Dear guests, the most important asset of any society is its people. It is people who create values out of natural resources. It is people who will come up with innovative ideas that would contribute to economic development. And therefore I would say that the most important long-term investment that a society can do is to invest in its human capital, and in particularly in the young generation. Investing in the youth is investing in the future. And in this perspective, the real investment that we see today is maybe not the building that we're going to cut a ribbon for today, but actually the students that are here today. And I would say that most likely I speak on behalf of all the donors when I say that we are proud to be part and contribute to that investment of the Mitrovica region. Finally, I would just like to wish students, staff, good luck with continuation of IBCM in this new building. I think it will be a landmark and maybe even a monument for the investment that I just talked about. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Melvin, and I would like to announce Mr. Jan Marinus Biersma, Chairman of the IBCM Advisory Board, to give a brief address.
Thank you very much for your introduction. Indeed, I'm the Chairman of the Advisory Board of the IBCM, although in the past I always started by saying ICBM, but that's an intercontinental ballistic missile. So I had to rehearse a little bit with Jan who invited me to support and help in getting the name correct. I'm really amazed because, like Eric, I was here 14 months ago and we saw this hole in the ground and now this beautiful building, even with a parking for bicycles. I think it's the first parking for bicycles in Kosovo or in Mitrovica. But there are no bicycles. But anyhow, this is maybe the little Dutch element in the building. I'm glad to be here. I'm really proud of this building. It's majestic. We had so many debates over the years, so many discussions, lobby activities to make this work. And this is of course the most complete expression of what ICBM stands for and what we want to achieve. So this beautiful building in this important part of Kosovo. Congratulations to the school, to the staff, to all the students for that, really. I got involved because of my background. I was a member of European Parliament dealing with this region. I was helping out with Janek and others to lobby for the school here, but also in Serbia, in Pristina, to make sure there was sufficient support. I talked to friends in the Netherlands, in Brussels, because I think it is a very important project. So I not only became involved, but also very much engaged in what ICBM cross this out, is trying to achieve in this part of Europe. And we are in Europe, and this is a European project. It's it's an example of crossing borders in the good way, or taking away borders, or erasing limits, in this case between communities, between the people that live in this region, that can profit and will profit from this this school, the kind of education that is being offered here, high quality, and for everybody, rich and poor, whatever the ethnic background. I think that is also very important to underline. It's not just any college, it's also a college with a message. And I hope this message also will work in the future, and that the school as such is an expression of this message. Like I said, I'm chairman of the International Advisory Board. We meet once a year. And these are experts, and we look a little bit at how the school is functioning, and the quality of the education, and we are very pleased of course that also the certification issues have been solved. It is now a fully certified school, which I think is also important for the students, because you have a fully certified diploma, and you can work everywhere in the European Union, or here of course too. And that brings me to my final remark, is of course also our contribution to the development of this region. And this is Europe, this is part of Europe, and the European Union is engaged here and in this part of the Western Balkans, and we want to support the development of this region and create opportunities for young people. I think that's the most important thing to say. I hope of course that over time this school will be totally locally owned, and that we are able to develop also in the future a structure that will make sure that the school is a school of Mitrovica and not any longer a school of the international community. That will take some time, but I think we should also in that way look to the future and look to the future development of this very important educational institution in this region. And finally, I hope that we now also will soon be able to start building on the southern side of the river, because the whole idea of this school is to have schools on both sides. And we have of course already an educational facility on the southern part of the river, but we also want to start building there. So let me end again by congratulating everybody for this wonderful achievement, and I hope we have a nice day here, and that at some moment also the sun will start to shine, because it's opening buildings on a rainy day is more like Holland and not like Kosovo. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marinus Wiersma, and I would like to ask Mr. Janik Dupont, Director of the Spark Amsterdam, to share his impressions about IBCM's improvements.
Thank you. Welcome here today. Well, first of all, let me thank the students and the whole IBCM management and teaching group, the integrated group that has made this day possible, that are all here today. I'm very proud to see what you have achieved, not just in terms of the building, because I think the building is something that of course we now see, but I think the more important are actually the people and the social tissue that has been built over the last few years. With great support of the donor community, Sweden, first and foremost. I think you were the first to come on board, and I very much appreciate to take the initiative and to take also the risk involved in building a new facility like this in a conflict-affected area. I think that takes some visionary thinking, and we very much appreciated that. Then Denmark, Holland, Great Britain, and Switzerland are all here today, and I'm very happy about that. The Danish, well, they're here with us today in thought, and they will be again here with us physically in the future. I want to say a few words about the future. Well, we're here today with this building. There's now, I think, already 270 students, but we'll hear more about that later. So actually, the facility has grown really in number of students quite rapidly if you look at the short timeline. We are now seeing, and this makes me very happy, the first real results in terms of employability. So we have a lot of students that even before they graduate did internships and are being asked by companies to stay on board. And all the students here do internships, and I think that's a very important element. We'll put more emphasis on the link to the industry in this way. I think this will be a major focus point in the future. The link on entrepreneurship. We have a couple of students already who have entered into business plan competitions. One has already won a business plan competition, I think first or second prize in the big strawberry farm that's operating today. So you can also see that we are basically growing business people, and the college is growing real business people. Then, yeah, one thing I want to say maybe about these premises. 3 years ago, I think it was when we started with the preparations with the whole team, and that has not been easy. I mean, I think most of you here in the room would know all the complications we went through. It's a small town, I think it is really because of the support from the community, from community leaders here, that we could be here today, and that we could overcome this. So to you, I would really say, Samos Bog vaše pomoć, mi smo uspeli danas. Samos Bog vas. And thanks very much for people in this community that see what we're trying to do, that we're fighting for the future of this town, and that we will make it. And I think it also should show one more issue, that all the remaining issues regarding other construction issues or other things, we are not an organization that will stop trying always. We exist 20 years, we never have left a program that hasn't been a shining success, and we will show that here in the future as well. And I think we are extremely well underway because of you and because of all the community support on all sides. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dupont. I would also like to ask Mr. Stefan Shandera, Director of International Business College Mitrovica, to share his impressions about the opening of our new building.
Thank you very much, Ivana. First of all, it's a great honor to welcome you here all today. Thank you very much for coming also from Pristina, from Europe. I would like to thank very much our students for their patience and for their support, because moving to a new building is also causing some issues, and we understand IBCM also as a developing organization, and you have been very patient with us, and we have been doing a lot of development milestones together, and this new building is one more milestone, and we look forward to even more milestones to come in the future. I would like to thank also Jasmina Novokmet and her team from the Mitrovica State University for the cultural support today, and I think this is not only cultural support, it's also a very important cooperation for us to engage more with the State University in Mitrovica. I would like to thank the IBCM team for their hard and very often creative work, and today Milena Savic and her team for making this event happen. Thank you very much for this. I would like to thank the community of Mitrovica for hosting IBCM and for welcoming us here, which I think is very important. And we would also like to see this new building as a platform in the city, as a platform for the society, as a platform for the business community, for cultural activities, and we see this actually as a chance for the community. As it has already been said, the international relations are becoming more important, international business relations, and Mitrovica is getting a lot of international attention today, and it's not always positive attention, but we see this also as an opportunity, together with our international partners, to provide such a platform here that can actually also have a very positive impact. And this at the end hopefully will for sure lead to economic development and job creation. the IBCM and our team and this building and all our partners are open for this. We welcome Mitrovica, we welcome the business community, the society of Mitrovica to join us here, to also come with ideas. We will also make ideas, and we will also provide ideas how we could make this a platform and a place of cooperation and cultural exchange in Mitrovica. And on behalf of my team and all IBCM students, thank you very much and enjoy a wonderful day here at the IBCM.
Thank you very much, Mr. Šandera. I would also like to ask Mr. Aleksandar Đikić, professor at the International Business College Mitrovica, to say a few words about IBCM's improvement over the past few years.
And thank you all for coming on this opening ceremony of this beautiful building. As Mr. Dixon said, this building is something visible, something which you can see about our school, how it is being developed. 4 years ago we have begun with this school in small rooms in a local hotel, enthusiastically, and finally our dream came true. We moved to this beautiful building. There are a lot of activities we did which are not so easily visible in these 4 years. We have developed curriculum together with our partners from Denmark, Ticket Business Academy and Development Academy for Higher Education. And this curriculum appeared as very, very welcome in this area, in this market, if I may say like that, because our students got education which enabled them to easily enter the labor market. We have data that so far more than 30% of our graduates have already got their employment because curriculum which we have developed has been also internationally accredited. So our students can move to other universities, to other higher education institutions in Europe and also in other countries out of Europe. We have developed 3 spurs. Business spur or marketing management spur, public administration spur, and environment and agricultural management spur. We have targeted these 3 fields that as very attractive for the students, and spurs where our students can easily answer the task of labor market. There are a lot of data which we can tell you, but I don't like to have a longer discussion. Just to say that, I want to say that we have already more than 100, exactly 111 students which already got their diplomas in different spurs. A lot of them got jobs, some of them already opened their own businesses. So according to this data, we estimate that our activity in the last 4 years was successful. I just want to tell you that among the other subjects we teach our students, we have a subject entrepreneurship, when we define successful entrepreneur as the one who is one step ahead. Estimating IBCM, I think we have this step ahead of other institutions. Thank you very much once again.
And since all of us are here because of the students, I would also like to ask Ms. Manuela Petrovic, student representative of the International Business College Mitrovica, to share her studying experience with us.
Dear Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear professors, colleagues and friends. It's a big pleasure to be with you today in this great occasion, the opening on the new IBCM building. Let me introduce myself to our special guests. My name is Manuela Petrovic, I come from Macedonia and I study public administration. You might now ask, how come I'm studying here? Well, the answer is simple. We are all looking for the best opportunities for our futures, and I recognize this college as a good investment of mine. I have the honor of speaking on behalf of my colleagues and friends about how happy we are to have this building. This is in addition to everything that we get from IBCM, including the modern teaching methods, which wouldn't be possible without our professors, who are very skilled, experienced, and who are, I may be honest to say, that they are the best. I have to mention that we appreciate the open door policy of the student support service and the college in general because it means that we have always someone to talk about our studies. We have also another aspect of the degree, and this would not be possible without the scholarships that we received at IBCM. None of us could afford this kind of high-quality education. Thanks to this college, I had the opportunity for internship in one of the biggest organizations in Mitrovica, the Danish Refugee Council, and there for 3 months I have learned a lot. I have met many people and I get experience, which as well I could also apply the knowledge that I get from IBCM. At the end, I would like to congratulate to all of us and wish us success with the new building. Hopefully this building will become too small in a few years, just like it happened with the previous one. Thanks for your attention, and especially thanks for investment of our futures, and enjoy the tour to the building.
Thank you, Manuela. And now I would like to thank to the donors because of the fact that without their support, IBCM would not exist today. So I would like to thank to the Netherlands, Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark, Embassy of UK in Pristina, DFID. Finally, I would like to acknowledge Spark, especially Mr. Jan Dupont and Mr. Michel Richter for listening carefully to our needs and concerns, for working together with us on our joint path, for contributing to the development of our children's investment, for investing in quality education for our children. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe Michel Richter got to mention that he couldn't be here today, he has to be in another country for another challenging program, but he does send all his regards. He was in the beginning very important here, and he wished he could be here with you today. But I just sent him some apps and pictures of the ceremony, so he's here with us anyway. I will not cut the ribbon actually, but I will ask the donors to do so. So if maybe Maria can take the scissors, and then Karel and Ian, Christoph, if all the supporters can come forward to cut it. And, don't cut too fast, so the photographers need to take a good shot. And I also want to thank, once you're cutting, we should also thank, actually, I didn't hear about it yet, the design and the construction companies. They did a great job, and the design company, they had a tough time because they had to work, I think, with a Dutch and a Finnish company that helped them to make the building even more environmentally sustainable, accessible, and meeting all the future European handicap accessibility standards, etc. So I also want to extend the thanks to them. But now let's proceed for cutting the ribbon and have a small celebration.
But I think we all have to hold it.
I was just holding.
And then that bit will fall on the ground.
new words.
So, 28 countries.
We invite you for a tour of the IBCM new building, which will be led by our colleague Vladimir Sarovic. After the tour of the IBCM building, we would like to ask you to join us for a cocktail, which will be followed by art students and rock music school musician performances. After the cocktail, we will present you the 3 scores we are offering at the IBCM. Please join us. Thank you.
Right, yes. So we're using what we used to use in the rental building, but it's on the way and we're going to have that.
I already explained here on the ground floor, we have a future canteen and press conference room. Now we will follow the classrooms upstairs. So, First floor. On our right side we have our classrooms, and on the left side is our computer room with a modern equipment. On the left side is Spark, because our colleagues from Spark are in. The second floor on the right side.
From here. This is not from
abroad. Not from abroad. Yeah.
It still smells like painting. Good luck. Schön. Dit is de lerarenkamer.
To fall, and silence was on, and beauty shone bright, surrounded in light. I fell in love with an area, I fell in love with a ride. telling you no this guy. I'm in love with Amelia. I'm in love with her eyes. I'm in love with Amelia. I'm telling you no this guy. I'm in love with Amelia. I'm in love with her eyes. I'm in love with Amelia. I'm telling you no these guys. Fell in love with Amelia. Fell in love with her eyes. Fell in love with Amelia. I'm telling you no these guys.
Excuse me, madam, but it seems to me, unless I'm mistaken, that I met you somewhere before.
Hi, Joseph. It seems to me that I've met you somewhere before.
Was it? By any chance at Manchester that I got a glimpse of you, madam?
That is curious. I'm originally from the city of Manchester, but I do not have a good memory, sir. I cannot say whether it was there that I caught a glimpse of you or not.
That's curious. I too. I'm originally from the city of Manchester, madam.
That is curious.
Isn't that curious? Only I, madam. I left the city of Manchester about 5 weeks ago.
That is curious. What a bizarre coincidence. I too, sir. I left the city of Manchester about 5 weeks ago.
Madam, I took the 8:30 morning train which arrives in London at 4:45.
That is curious. How bizarre coincidence. I took the same train, dear sir.
Good Lord, how curious. Perhaps then, madam, it was on the train that I saw you.
It is indeed possible that we have met, perhaps even there.
I traveled second class, dear lady. There is no second class in England, but I always travel second class.
What a coincidence, good Lord, what a coincidence. I too, sir, I traveled second class.
How curious that is. Perhaps we have seen it second class, dear lady.
It is indeed possible, but we do not recall it.
My seat was in coach number 8, compartment 6, dear lady.
What a coincidence, dear sir, the seat was also in coach number 8, compartment 6.
How curious that is. Perhaps we have seen each other in compartment 6, dear lady.
It is indeed possible. It is not at all unlikely, but not remember, sir.
To tell the truth, my dear lady, I do not remember it either. But it is very possible that we caught a glimpse of each other there. And as I think of it, it seems to me even very likely.
Oh, truly. Of course, truly.
And we have seen each other in that occasion, dear lady.
Oh, good Lord. How bizarre coincidence. It is true, but I do not recall it.
Dear madam, were you not the lady who asked me to place her suitcase in the luggage rack and who thanked me and gave me permission to smoke?
But of course! That must have been nice, sir! How bizarre! How bizarre! But I do not recall it.
Well, it was perhaps at that moment that we came to know each other.
It is possible, but I do not recall it.
I can sit number 3 next to me.
Yes, it is this. I also have a seat.
We were seated facing each other, dear lady.
Yes, of course, but I do not recall it.
Nor do I, madam, since coming to London I have resided in Bromfield Street, dear lady.
Yes, my dear sir, what a coincidence. He's coming to London reside in Bromfield Street too.
Perhaps then, madam, we have seen each other in Bromfield Street.
It is indeed possible, but
I reside at number 90, dear lady.
oh, what a coincidence. You also reside in number 90.
Perhaps we have seen each other in that house, dear lady.
It is indeed possible. How very bizarre. What a coincidence. But I do not recall it.
My flat is on the 5th floor, number Right, dear lady.
Coincidence, Boulevard? What a coincidence! I reside on the 5th floor in flat number 82.
You know, in my bedroom there is a bed. It is covered with a green eiderdown. And this room with the bed and the green eiderdown is at the end of the corridor between the WC and the bookcase, dear lady.
What a coincidence, my dear sir, what a coincidence. My bedroom also has a bed with a green eiderdown, which is at the end of the corridor between the water closet and the bookcase.
Then, madam, we live in the same room and we sleep in the same bed.
What a coincidence, dear sir, what a coincidence. It is indeed possible that we have met perhaps even last night, but I do not recall it.
I have a little girl. My little daughter, she lives with me. She's 2 years old. She's blonde. She has a white eye and a red eye. She's very pretty. And her name is Alice.
What a coincidence, my lord. I also have a little girl. She is 2 years old. She is blonde. She has one white eye and one red eye. And her name is Alice too.
Then, madam, they're the same.
It is possible, and I'm not at all sure of it.
I can't believe I found you again. Elizabeth, my own wife.
Donald, it's you, darling.
Yes.
Elizabeth and Donald are now too happy to be able to hear me. I can therefore let you in on a secret. Elizabeth is not Elizabeth. Donald is not Donald. And here is the proof. The child that Donald spoke of is not Elizabeth's daughter. They are not the same person. Donald's daughter has one white eye and one red eye, like Elizabeth's daughter. Whereas Donald's child has a white right eye and a red left eye. Elizabeth's daughter has a red right eye and a white left eye. Thus, all of Donald's system deduction qualities, when it comes against this last obstacle, which destroy his whole theory. Donald and Elizabeth, not being the parents of the same child, they are not Donald and Elizabeth. It is in vain that he thinks he is Donald. It is in vain that she thinks she is Elizabeth. He believes in vain that she is Elizabeth. She believes in vain that he is Donald. They are sadly deceived. But who is the true Elizabeth? Who is the true Donald? Who has any interest in prolonging this confusion? I don't know. Let's not try to know. Let's leave things as they are. My real name is Sherlock Holmes.
as I can reach. You know that I can use somebody. You know that I can use somebody. Someone like you, with all you know and how you speak. Now there's love on the corner of the street. You know that I can use somebody. I know that I can use somebody. Someone like you.
Presentation, which is going to take place on the first floor of the building. Please join us.
Yes, better than nothing.
The concepts that they learned during our program. From the first semester to the 7th semester, here you can see our presentations. I would start with one video presentation of one of our students. I will find it very interesting. So please, this is only 1 minute of presentation, and we will just introduce you what our students are studying. we try to present what our students are actually learning during 7 semesters. In the first semesters, at the beginning, sorry, where is it? Here. This something that learning can start, and later on I will just continue. If you wish to ask any questions, that would be maybe, as I said, more not so formal discussion. It should be informal, just to introduce you what we are doing.
Okay, thank you, Sonia. We'll tell you what we actually do at the Department of Public Administration. The department went through the considerable volume of change, because when we started back in 2010, we had 2 groups of students in the south and the north. We were focused on social welfare because this is what our Danish partner started transferring, but we were actually started thinking or raising a question mark, what are the local needs? And then 3 topics emerged from social welfare, because local stakeholders told us what is that they actually need. And these are 3 strategic directions. It is public sector reform, EU accession, and private sector development. We had one strategic, and we still have it, but we are going through a significant change, is the employability of our students. They should work on issues and solve problems and seeking solutions, so good research skills were needed. Knowing how to involve stakeholders and identify true needs. And certainly the first direction was public sector reform towards EU accession and private sector development. Income tax is important, and public sector should not just go and charge or invade private sector. We call it aggression. We should help them to run their businesses so they earn more money, employ more people, and collect more taxes. And this is where we're heading for now. What will the future bring? We'll see. Can you just go with the button?
These are key concepts, as you can see what we are actually studying here. The IBCM, just very brief. Overview. Graduates are very competitive in the labor market because they are trained to work in all 3 sectors, in the public sector, but also in the private sector and civil society, because this is the ground that they live and work. To ensure that we are on the good way from theory to practice, we have certain activities at the IBCM, field trips, visits, and guest lectures, and internship as well. So our students, as you can hear from one of our students today at the opening ceremony, was with the Danish Refugee Council for several months, gained experience at the spot from what they learned at the IBCM. That's the huge difference that makes us competitive with other universities. What they learn, they can apply and come back, continue their education. At the beginning of studies, we are very much focused on, you can see, we are very much focused on concepts and theories in community, in poverty reduction, law, economics, macro, microeconomics. But what we are moving to the higher level of studies, then they are taking over more responsibility. So Nermin is one of teachers who is teaching project cycle management, one of the maybe key courses in our program that make our students competitive again. Because even public sector is stuck with a huge number of employees at the moment in Kosovo, in all countries in the region, they still have a lack of people with competencies. We can apply for IPA funds.
IPA funds.
Yes, but still there are no sources in public administration they can do that. So our students are those professionals who can compete in that sense.
Learn, if I just may interrupt, you learn how to define the problem, relevant for stakeholders, and how to seek solutions. And when there is a public call, they need to apply with their project idea. And this is, I think, is the key competitive advantage of our students. They know how to wrap the whole thing. And they go out there and they help local stakeholders to prepare good projects, sustainable projects, not only in public administration, but as we mentioned, public sector reform, EU accession, and private sector development.
Go where?
They go and See, we have, it's like a threefold concept: knowledge, skills, and competencies. They go to local NGOs, stakeholders, municipal authorities, and recently a student of ours has been hired. Yes, we are approaching, but it doesn't go so fast. We're working in public sector reform.
But still, we have a good example of one of our students. Because, sorry, just to have in mind, this is a very first generation that just graduated, so it's a bit difficult to really compare employability at the moment. But one of our students spent internship in Serbia, city of Niš municipality, shelter for victims of violence, women and children. And he, for 6 months, won 3 projects. He wrote complete projects to procedures because people doesn't have idea to do that there. It's a brand new office in Niš, so he competed and won 3 projects. That's a huge success. I mean, this is really skill. He knew he can go and be employable competitive. That's a shining example, one off, but we hope to have more of them. At the moment, we negotiate from UNIC. Our 4 students are going to do needs analysis, research at the spot, in the field. That's their need. They said we need a kind of research, we will... Where? Sorry, here in Mitrovica, because as head of office argue, he said usually donors come to Mitrovica with their own ideas and money what to be done. So our students are going to assess the real needs, come up with a report at the end, and that's kind of guideline for future donations. And this is free of charge because it's very expensive and it's part of the program, so benefit on both sides. That's the way how we communicate and make a very unique program that we have. Skills and theory. Do you have any other questions? Because we will not...
Sorry, how many students? Sorry.
You're right to be sorry. We're just coming north, south, or the department.
You have from the south?
Yes, at the same time, all the same campuses.
And how many of them?
At the moment, the director is right now here, so let's use his presence. It's around 300, I think, students in total.
I have a bit less. Sure. Is curriculum covering possibly for statistical analysis?
Of course it is.
But I'm more interested about the GIS analysis for thematic map. It is better to organize this. GIS, is it used as a software in curriculum?
We use SPSS.
We use SPSS.
GIS is totally different. It's identifying the data and the map. So it's actually combining together.
I think in EAM that they provide
EAM department.
The public administration needs it more because their policymakers, they have to have some kind of the simplified illustration which will actually help the policymaking.
This is ongoing. If I can just, if I can try to give you an answer on this one. This is an ongoing process. We had the package with our Danish partners, and we started to involve stakeholders, and we constantly change curriculum. Almost every semester, we go out there and they tell us, well, we would need this, and this is how we integrate statistical package for social science, SPSS, in order to carry out surveys and so forth, and to build statistics and interpret the data, addressing the issues.
The reason it is more the suggestion than a critique. Please do, because in my line of work I lack these professionals who can identify on the various mediums that they're going to identify the issues and present it. The GIS is not only good for public administration, it's for public health. It is for urban development, for spatial planning, environmental program. So GIS is a perfect tool for a decision-making process which actually combines the statistic and the map, which will identify. So I would definitely encourage you to go towards this because I like this with the expertise. I cannot do everything my own.
Who is arguing?
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, please, colleague, can you save your discussion for the round table? We are starting now.
Oh, but
round table.
No. She's the head of department for environment, and she now is.
I'm not jealous, but I think that we have.
Sorry, just very short. Here is also because we started at the beginning discussing with ladies from the Swedish embassy. We discussed that there is a huge need for public sector reforms in Kosovo. Also, that's key part of our curriculum, makes us very distinctive in the field, in the region, and also in the region. Also, EU studies is a part of curriculum. Here is the teacher who is teaching EU studies. So this is all what we can offer if you're interested in. That's it. You can move to MM department if you wish. Sorry, what's this?
Dear guests, welcome to the Marketing Management Department. My name is Dori Pavlovska-Georgievska. I'm head of the Marketing Management Department, and here with us are my colleague Jelena Stankovic and our student Diana Hassani, who has just recently graduated as one of the students from the first generation that has graduated from IBCM. And also via Skype we have our student Biljana Krasmanovic, who is connecting with us directly from Denmark. Yes. So in the next 10 minutes we will try to give you a short overview of what the Marketing and Management Department is about, and our students will tell their own stories of how the competencies that they gained at IBCM helped them succeed in the areas where they wished. So the Marketing Management program is consisted of 7 semesters. And at the end of the 7th semester, the students graduate with bachelor's degree in international sales and marketing. So in the topic we have more focus on sales and marketing. However, they have the option to exit after the 4th semester with academic professional degree in marketing and management. What we are proud of at IBCM and the Marketing Management Department is the high quality standards that we have and that we compete with in the market, and that is confirmed by the international accreditation that we gain for both our AP and bachelor degree, and also with the triple degree that we have with our foreign partners, and that is because we have IBCM. It was born international. Our profile is international, so for us it's crucial to have partnerships, international partnerships. And we have this triple degree with Denmark, with the Adult Academy for Professional Education, and Biljana will tell you about it, as well as with Lithuania, with Grace Junas School of Management. Now I would ask Jelena to tell you more about the competencies here.
I will shortly explain what actually our students marketing management can learn. Marketing management students are being trained to develop strategies towards reaching set objectives, make decisions based on some information. This program encourages students to think analytically, to understand and apply solutions to real-world marketing and management problems. Since in each semester we have semester project week, they can apply knowledge which they can gain from different courses to real problem from business. And at the end of this study program, they have really understanding of business mechanism. So as I said, they have semester project, but the most important part actually of marketing management study program is obligatory internship in the 4th and 7th semester. This internship takes place in different local or international companies, and usually students can choose these companies according to their professional orientations. So they can apply, since our motto is from theory to practice, they can apply knowledge during these semester projects or also during internship process. Here actually after graduation they definitely have knowledge, skills and competencies from business field, and they can go directly into local or international business life, or they can continue into further higher international education. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? You said one third of the first intake graduates already employed. Well, did they all stay here in the region, or did they go to Pristina, or maybe to Belgrade, or work in Amsterdam? Because that was our fear, that we get such a fine education that once you have a diploma, you go make some more money somewhere else.
According to our statistics so far, most of the students got employed by their internship companies. And Diana will tell you more about it. Some of them have started their own business. We have an example with the student in the south who participated in a business competition and got a grant and started her own business, for example. So this 1/3 are mainly with internship companies and some self-established businesses.
It's not that they go away.
As I know, right at the moment, only Biljana is abroad,
Yes.
and all of our students have come back actually.
Yeah, but this is an actual exchange program.
Annika? Annika has better data.
We've had increase with the students that go abroad. Each year the number increases. For 2013 it was 5 students. And actually this Saturday another student of ours is leaving to study in Denmark for the remaining of her 6th semester. What I do know of these kids, because I'm the one who's helping them with the applications and so on, that they all intend to go abroad to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary then to come back here and start their own business or provide this labour market with a set of new skills and competences to move the economy forward but also to enhance themselves.
Okay. But this was our fear in the beginning, of course, that lots of this kind of education and this international diploma in Dubai, Kosovo, can make more money in Amsterdam.
No, I'm very pleased to notice that all of our students, we for instance have now also 2 students studying in the United States with the Irish scholarship, that they all really have the intention then to come back and start working here.
And so far we have had examples of students that have been and have returned. So, and that risk is always there, that they will stay. Yeah, we will always have that risk. But so far our experience is that they have the intention to be here.
Dear guests, my name is Diana Hassani and I recently graduated from International Business College Mitrovica from SPUR International Sales and Marketing. Even though I was still an undergraduate in the beginning of this year, I was offered a full-time employment in non-governmental organization European Center for Minority Issues. This employment opportunity actually came after the completion of a compulsory internship program, which I had during the 7th semester of my studies. I can say that studies at IBCM had significantly helped me in becoming employed. First of all, in terms of gaining relevant knowledge and developing various skills, mastering the English language skills, all of which are very important and necessary in order to be competitive in this labor market. In addition, IBCM puts a great emphasis on practice, which is very important. I consider it very important. It was very helpful and useful for me, not only in terms of I was able to immediately apply all acquired knowledge, which was very useful when I started working in a real working environment. And finally, compulsory internship programs encouraged me to contact many organizations and companies to apply at many competitions, which eventually provided me a good working opportunity.
Thank you.
Now, Biljana will say something. Biljana?
Yes. Hi and welcome. I really hope this will work and that you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, no problem. Very good.
Good. I'm Biljana Krismanovic and I'm an IBCM student on 6th semester of International Sales and Marketing. And due to bilateral agreement between Lillebelt Academy for Higher Education and IBCM, I was lucky enough to engage myself in the student exchange program. And currently I'm attending the 6th semester and 5th earlier here at Lillebelt Academy of Higher Education. I would like to brief, because we don't really have a lot of time, about how I started with IBCM and how I got where I am now. I started IBCM in the fall 2011, and my first plan was to just finish 2 years as academic professional and then to try to find an employment. But once I got to IBCM, I liked it very much, so I decided to engage myself in a top-up bachelor program where I am now. After the 3rd semester, I was supposed to do an internship in a company of my own choice, and I was lucky enough to get selected by Tilgrim Competence Center, the company that is placed in Odense in Denmark. I completed my 3 months internship there, and after that the company offered me unemployment. So here I am now working as a student helper or student assistant at Tilgrim Competence Center. Parallel to that, I'm attending classes at Lillebelt Academy, and this is like an example that IBCM students can actually go abroad, easily transfer to foreigner educational system, in this case Danish educational system, as well as the labor market. I'm very happy that I got this opportunity to be here and to evolve both professionally and educationally. And I'm very thankful for that opportunity, and I wish more kids from Kosovo will have opportunity like I have now.
Okay.
Thank you, Biljana. Do you have any questions?
Yes. How long will you stay from now on in Denmark? Still 3 months, or how long?
Now, my exchange program is a duration of 1 year.
Yeah.
That's only exchange program, but I did my previous internship here of duration of 3 months, and again on 7th semester I will have to do internship again, and I'm planning on finding one more company here, preferably in Denmark, to do an internship. And maybe I'll stay here, depending on the
Would you like to have a job in Denmark in the future? Would you like to stay in Denmark and find a job there?
Yes, part of me would like to stay here and find a job after I graduate. Part of me would like to go back to Kosovo and maybe...
It's impossible, you cannot split yourself. You cannot clone yourself.
No, that's true. That's true, but I'll see as soon as I finish here, I'll see what is what is bigger challenge for me, either to stay here or go back in Kosovo and implement things that I learned here.
Yeah, it will not be easy to get a permit, I guess, in Denmark.
Yeah.
They're not very friendly to foreigners.
Well, they are, and especially one. They are to Biljana, but and especially one.
Yeah, but it's now a new government in Denmark, it's better, I know. But I'm from the Netherlands. It's not always easy, even though you're very much qualified to get a work permit. Because they say now, first, Danes or Dutch, Swedes, we have a lot of unemployment. But I can imagine that you're indeed split in yourself. I didn't want to go home, but also there may be better jobs in Denmark or whatever in the European Union. It's difficult. Good luck with your choice.
Good luck. Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good presentation. Is it raining in Denmark?
Sorry?
Is it raining in Denmark?
Yes, very much rainy and windy, but
Like here.
a lot, so I don't really have time to notice the weather conditions.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay, the miracle of sky. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, thank you for your time.
Yes.
Be with our department. If you have questions, please.
Just one final question. The Lithuanian connection, how is that filled in? Are there guest visitor professors from...
The triple degree together with Lithuania, the triple degree is IBCM, Lillebelt, and the Lithuanian
Was it finished?
It is recent one, so it's not really extended. The idea is that the Danish program and the IBCM program are almost the same, so we don't really have any problems to send our students. The idea with the Lithuanian school is that there is a difference of 2 or 3 courses that our students need to pass in order to get the Lithuanian degree as well. So that is the arrangement that we have. But they also get the Lillebelt diploma as well, the Lithuanian students.
Okay, great. But it's not new, this connection, I think.
It was at the beginning. It was like in the beginning of 2013 that we started. So it is an opportunity for the students as well.
To go there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Then we will do.
There is a round table starting upstairs.
Upstairs, okay.
Yeah, so those should be very interesting discussions.
Tako, pažljivo. Znači, čitavo leto se samo o tome radi. Ribarstvo je jedna fantastična mogućnost, ne samo zbog toga